What is up, people? We are back on Civ Beyond Earth. This is our one city supremacy guide, but there was a slight technical difficulty. My game got corrupted. The last file got corrupted when I tried to come back to it. I don't know if someone else on my computer happened to mess with it, but either way, I can't get on the file. So I'm gonna just start from scratch. I picked all the same settings I did last time, same sponsor, same cargo, spacecraft, map type. So we're gonna play our game out, and hopefully that doesn't mess with you guys too much. So anyway, we're playing one city challenge, and I said I'd do a supremacy victory. So we are gonna need Firaxite. So there are two sources of Firaxite right there. So if I put my city on this hill or on this river, I would have access to both of them. But if I do that, I don't get access to the coast. And the coast would give me more trade, stuff, and water warfare. Normally I'd go for a coast, just because there's something, trade vessels would be nice. But I think I might go in here just to get both of those Firaxite. Plus, we're playing one city, we want as much land as possible. Because we didn't take the tectonic scanner, we don't know how many strategic resources there are in this area. So it would be a really good idea to probably get as much land as possible, just to give us a higher chance of getting strategic resources. So this is considered on a river. It does have a lake right next to it, which is nice. We do have two sources of Firaxite, one source of floatstone, and quite a bit of resources, so I think this is the tile we're going to take. Maybe the coast was a better option, maybe not. I guess it's more personal preference. But we're going to try it this way. Alright, we made planetfall. Alright, we got our explorer. We're going to play out this first turn, just like I did the last game. We're going to build a second explorer so we can get as many expeditions as possible. And then we're going to... Let me see. I mean, there's an alien up here. But I don't think an alien is going to be a huge problem in the very beginning, so I don't want to get ecology. I think I'll go for chemistry, because that reveals petroleum, which we're going to need, and it also... laboratory, recycler, those things. Petroleum is going to be important. We need that for the lasercom satellite. If we don't have any in our city, we're going to need to be a little diplomatic. Oh, who landed? Looking at the mini-map, it is Pack. Yep, okay. Pack just landed.
Fine, yeah,
Pan-Asian cooperation. But anyway, I've been playing some Civ Beyond Earth One City games. I wanted to get a little more acquainted with the idea of it before I posted a guide for you guys. And there's a couple of things I've learned. One, I probably should not have said what victory I was going to do before I started the game. Fortunately, in this loadout, we happened to get two Firaxite, and I said I'd do a Supremacy victory, so that's really nice. But if I hadn't gotten that Firaxite, I'd probably be screwed. Just because then I'd have to rely on the AI to give me Firaxite, and that probably would have led to some problems, at least in my experience in my last few games. Apparently we're not near a nest because their aliens don't really want to kill us. 70 energy is great. Let's keep going. But, so yeah. The second thing is that strategic resources are really important, and now, when I play One City games, I almost recommend Tectonic Scanner as much as Retrograde Thrusters. Because at least with Tectonic Scanner, you can see all the strategic resources, and you can pick a spot, if you have one available, that gives you those. If you don't have strategic resources, and you don't have any affinity-based resources near you, and you want to do a game that's affinity-based with a one city, you should probably reload the map. I'm not going to do that, obviously, because that would be cheating to some extent. But anyway, we got our Explorer, and we're going to do an Old Earth Relic next. So we're going to move down there. Progenitor Ruin, I really like that. We're going to grab this because that's going to give us a free Supremacy point. Or actually, do I want to take Supremacy? Or do I want to take Purity? Alright, we got Far Base 1. Far Base 1 landed way up there, so I'm not worried about it too much. We did get another landing. It is ARC. And another station. Holy crap. Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, we kind of lucked out. We did get some Firaxite. Hopefully we'll get some strategic resources. Even if we don't, I'm not going to restart the game, because that wouldn't be as interesting. We do have Fort Barca right here to trade with when we get our trade routes up and running. So we'll see how that goes. Derelict settlement down here will excavate. So, depending on how many strategic resources we end up with, depends on how diplomatic I'll play. Since we won't need a ton of buildings... Well, we will need a ton of buildings, but hold on. Progenitor Ruins. So we need to pick an affinity. I'll do that in a sec. But as I was just saying, if we need to be really diplomatic, then I won't go to war as much. But where I'm playing with only one city, it may behoove me to kind of weaken the other civs by raising their cities. Obviously, excuse me. If I take the capitals, I'm stuck with their capitals, which defeats the one city challenge. But if I just raise the other cities, they'll be a lot weaker and a lot easier for me to win. Alright, but anyway, I'm either going to take Supremacy or Purity. We do need Supremacy, because, for obvious reasons, we're playing a Supremacy-based game. But I do want... I think I'm going to take the point in Purity, because I want my explorers to be immune to the aliens. Our first point, I think, will be in Foresight. Give us a little extra science early on, and because we got our first point, we will, in fact, be able to get Marines early on. 5% heal when not embarked, so that's pretty good. So pretty solid start so far. Chemistry will be done in 4 turns. Hopefully we get a source of petroleum. Now that I have that point in Purity, I'm not as worried about the aliens messing up my explorer's day. The Derelict settlement did increase our population by 1, so our city is now at 4. And on that note, we'll just keep kind of moving along. Resource pod right there. Go around the tundra. A lot of little floatstone patches in the area, I've noticed. Huh. Either way, we'll see. Just keep moving around. We'll grab this resource pod, see what it gives us. It gave us a free solar collector. That's nice. And we did finish chemistry. And... oh, okay, so we did get we get 2 petroleum. 3 tiles down, so we will be able to have petroleum. That is very nice. So the next one I think I'm going to grab is engineering. That way I can see if we're going to have titanium or not. The city is working 4 tiles. So I think I'll launch the solar collector now. Right up overhead. And now our energy per turn is 13, which isn't too bad this early in the game. Alright. We're not doing too bad. If we have a source of titanium, then we'll be doing really good, because we don't really need geothermal for a supremacy victory. So as long as we have those 2, and that means we can rely on ourselves for all our resources, which means we can be a lot more aggressive to the AI. Later in these games, if you haven't noticed, because I have, the first like 160 turns, the AI is fairly, or first 150 I'll say, the AI is fairly, or really passive I should say. So, if you take advantage of that, and kill and weaken them substantially, you'll be doing pretty good. I did take a recycler in my capital, because I do want to get the production up. Our city's going to need to have some decent production. You know, the Emancipation Gate, when you get to it, if you don't know already, requires 1,000 military strength, is what it's considered, to go through it. And you need a lot of units to do it. Even an Angel, which is the ultimate supremacy unit, doesn't even give it 100 toward that 1,000, so you need quite a bit to get through that gate. We're going to do 10% production towards buildings next. That way our capital can obviously be a bit more productive. And that alien still didn't move, so we'll move this way a little more. And over here, that's some nice Firaxite, but too bad, so sad. African Union has landed. They landed right near us. Well, not really near us, but 1, 2, 3, about 9 tiles away. That's about a city or 2 away. We're going to go for step mining. Extra production is really nice. And it's coastal, but since we didn't take the coast, we can't really use a trade vessel. We do have 2 nice stations nearby, so I might get up trade routes fairly soon here. Lot of petroleum. 3, 2, 2, 2. Doing pretty good, whoever gets that tile. Did I get that resource pod? No, I didn't. Damn you, you stupid aliens. Get out of my way. I want it! Anywho. My rover will eventually come down this way, so I want to go around the miasma, though. Don't want to mess with that shit. So once engineering's done next turn, I'll have an idea of whether I'm going to play an aggressive game or a more passive game. Come over here, grab the chitin. Of course, I bet the alien moved, didn't he? And I just ADD'd it hard. Alright, we got our worker. We built our recycler, so let's get some science and health. Health is going to be big for us. We do want a lot of production, so we're going to need a lot of manufactories. Which means we're probably going to need a lot of health, which we can get through biowells. Alright, the alien's not there, but I'm sure he'll come back. Tiangong is kind of on its own little continent, even though this is all connected. Really, the only threat I have is the African Union. And do we have titanium? We do. Lucky us. 5 of it right there. So we are now pretty much guaranteed that we can support ourselves in our Supremacy victory. 5 Firaxite plus the 4 we'll get from Supremacy is enough to build at least 1 Angel later in the game. And since we have petroleum and titanium, we can support ourselves. We did get 15 culture. But yeah, you need titanium and petroleum to build the lasercom satellite. So now that I know we don't need to kind of mooch those off of other people, we can be just as aggressive as we want. I don't really want to go down the might tree despite that I'm probably going to play aggressive. So we'll get the 5 energy in the capital. That puts us up to 19 gold per turn and helps us out in the end. There's miasma there, there's miasma there, there's miasma there, so I can't win. This is a fairly small portion of continent right here. I mean, you know, station discovered. Go down this way again. We'll keep exploring this southern part. See what we can find, but I don't think there's any much. Maybe there's an area over here, but we'll check. Oh, maybe there is, because we did just get another drop down right there. The Slavic Federation has landed. Continue moving along. Another resource pod is nice. We finished the first science building, so we'll grab the second one. And the African Union did kind of cut us off there. We'll have to go around the Union. The chitin has been grabbed. We can't get Firaxite till later. That's a lot of food, and that's kind of nothing right now. I tend to default to a generator if I don't know what else to build. I might get a... no, that's just planes. So usually if it's planes, I just get farms. I mean, generators. Grab this resource pod. We do get 20 more culture. That's nice. We do have to work our way back around the African Union, because they're nice people. Alright. 25% reduction towards buildings already in the capital. Not too useful. 1 energy from every basic resource. Kind of useful. We'll get the culture per population. That'll give us an extra 1 right now, and that'll just give us virtues faster. This is a desert tile with 2 gold, so we'll build a generator here. Continue moving right along. Try to get around this African Union faster. Another station down there. And continue moving right along. Yeah, it was a good thing I played more One City challenges before I uploaded this, because the first one I played, you know, I put the first video aside and I said, let me play a couple games, see how I do. And not too good. You know, One City's a little different because of some of the different ways this game works. So I'm glad I played a couple of games on my own time to kind of get better at it. We did get pioneering. So, that's a plus. Plus 1 energy from geothermal well and plus 1 production from quarries. Don't really need either. I will get physics because I do want rangers. I don't really want to build many soldiers in this game, because where we're going to be militaristic and we're playing a supremacy game and we do have Fraxite, CNDRs are going to be a really useful unit to grab early on.
El pueblo unido de Sudamérica.
Alright, Brasilia has landed. I don't really want to maneuver back into the miasma, but I don't have a choice. There is a resource pod. And then we will send you down. Alright, that generator's done. Since this is a plains right now, doesn't have 2 food, we'll build a generator here. Usually I build generators if I don't know what to build and I'm going to replace them later, but plus 1 health will be important. And then we'll build our trade depot, get that up and running. That'll be finished the same turn as our physics. So we'll build a ranger after our trade depot, and then we can get our trade convoys up and running. But I'm going to start making my way to this resource pod, and then I'm going to send you south. So let's see here. Explorers get additional expedition. Sounds good. I mean, plus 1 science is great and all, but that's not going to change too much. Franco-Iberia just dropped down. I don't know if that's all 8 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It is all 8. So I don't know what quest we have right now. Worm killing and found an outpost. Okay. But all 8 of them are down. I'll put this guy on wait for a turn. And let's explore down here. I want to say this connects. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe this continent is just shaped really awkwardly. Either way, with the Pan-Asians kind of blocking our access to the southern part of the continent, we might have to get planetary survey just so we can get our explorers down there doing stuff.
Consider as...
Alright, we did finish physics nice and early. Let let us see. That's a nice source of floatstone. It might connect though, so oh geez, I don't know. Let's grab biochem. There is going to come a point where one of our quests for our affinity point, the one is going to require us to build a petrochemical plant. I don't like giving favors. It's going to require a petrochemical plant, and to get a petrochemical plant we do need biochem, so yeah. We'll grab our ranger now, and then we'll start building trade convoys. Got our resource pod. We've pretty much scoped out this part of the continent. Not, well, we'll check out the centerpiece here, but I doubt there's anything revolutionary. Alright, that is grassland, so we will build a farm here. And then we will send you down. Alright, I think they do connect, so that's fortunate. We won't need planetary survey, it looks like. This next turn is going to be our last one for this video. I will say now again, sorry about the sudden change in starting area and whatnot. I didn't really intend for the game to get corrupted. But, alright, so this is the one. Maybe it's not, but we do want to domesticate wildlife for the Supremacy point. And +1 production from trade depots is pretty much the obvious choice right now. Alright, and we'll keep moving downward. Yeah, this is definitely connected. So, wow, 6 floatstone. So we'll be all set with planetary survey, but that's going to be it for this video. Again, I'll apologize for having to switch the map. Wasn't intentional, but please like and subscribe for more content, and then leave a comment for constructive tips for other players. Anything you would like to see as far as a game goes, as well as any questions that I can answer. I will leave the video link for the previous and next video in the description, and I will see you guys next time.